Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, if you know modern anime, you probably know the whiplash from Evangelion to Gainax's next big thing, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, TTGL. Just pure affirmation after all that angst.
Oh yeah, it's quite the shift, and it's spectacular, visually stunning. But like you said, we've looked into this, and it's way more than just flashy robots. The core idea, spiral power, it's not just magic.
No, it's not.
It's doing some heavy philosophical lifting. That's what we're digging into today.
Exactly. We think Gurren Lagann's whole system, the spiral power thing, it's basically like a direct stand-in for Nietzsche's will to power, but seen through this really strong existentialist lens, self-created.
And it all comes back to that symbol, the drill.
It's a drill. It's everywhere.
It is. It's progress, right? Evolution, punching through limits. It's about twisting things together like DNA, past and future, making a new path, forging ahead.
Okay, so let's break it down. For anyone maybe not deep in the lore, what is spiral power, like mechanically?
Right, simplest terms. It's biological. It's an energy that life forms with double helix DNA have. The show calls them the spiral races.
And it's explicitly the power to evolve.
Exactly. So it's tied straight to adapting, growing, and not just creatures, but whole civilizations moving forward.
But here's where it gets wild, right? The fuel source. It's not calories or, I don't know, plutonium.
No, nothing physical. It's abstract stuff. Pure emotion, basically. Fighting spirit, they call it kai sometimes. Willpower, belief, determination. Even love powers it up.
It's spiritual energy turning physical.
Which is the perfect bridge. From Nietzsche's idea of a psychological drive, the will to overcome, to anime physics, because the more conviction you have, the power output just explodes exponentially.
And that's how they break the rules.
That's how they break the rules. Conservation of mass, conservation of energy. Forget about it. They just violate known physics.
Okay, hold on. This is where I always kind of stumble. How does an idea, like will to power, this drive, how does that literally let Simon make a giant drill appear? Or fix his mech instantly? We're talking creating matter.
That's the beauty of the metaphor, isn't it? They've made potential literal. In Nietzsche, the will to power lets you create new values, overcome yourself. In the show, spiral power lets you create new reality, overcome the universe itself.
Okay, so the Giga Drill Breaker, the constant regeneration, it's visual proof. If you believe enough, the universe's rules don't apply.
Precisely. Your potential becomes the new rule. It's not just that the DNA has the power, the DNA is just a channel for that spiritual fuel.
Speaking of channels, Simon finds that core drill pretty early on. Is that the key?
Well, initially, yeah, it acts like one. It's like a focusing lens, helps him converge and amplify the power he already has, but is too timid to use. Early Simon.
Right.
But the real journey, the character arc, is moving beyond the tool. True mastery is when it's internalized. Simon starts making drills out of his own body, his own blood.
Oof, yeah.
The power isn't in the drill anymore. It is him. It's part of his soul, his conviction made solid.
Okay, so you internalize this seemingly infinite power, but there's always a catch, right? The Spiral Nemesis.
Yes. And this is where it gets really interesting philosophically. This isn't just a bigger bad guy. It's a paradox baked into the power itself.
Because creating matter from will, that adds mass and energy to the universe, where there wasn't any before.
Exactly. Defying conservation isn't free. Keep adding mass and energy through sheer willpower across countless galaxies, and eventually, gravity takes over. The universe stops expanding.
And then the big crunch. Everything collapses back into one supermassive black hole. Yikes.
Universal destruction, guaranteed. Just by evolving too much, pushing your potential too hard.
Wow.
Think of it like redlining an engine constantly. You get amazing bursts of speed, but eventually the whole thing just melts down. And the show treats this nemesis as like scientific fact. Lord Genome knew about it.
Which sets up the perfect philosophical enemy, not just evil aliens, but the anti-spirals.
Right. And the key thing is they weren't aliens. They were a spiral race too, once. Probably incredibly powerful.
But they found out about the nemesis.
They did. And it broke them. Fear took over. So they made a choice. Absolute stagnation.
They literally stopped evolving, cut themselves off from spiral power, merged into this collective mind no individuals left.
They became the wardens. Their mission, protect the universe by stopping evolution cold. Culling civilizations once they reach 1 million people, brutal limits.
They're the masters of the cage. They use perfected existing physics to suppress the unpredictable power of becoming.
It's preservation over potential. Safety over the risk of growth.
And their ultimate weapon makes that philosophy terrifyingly clear. the multiverse labyrinth.
Oh, the labyrinth is brilliant, psychologically devastating. It doesn't hurt you, it traps you in a perfect fantasy.
Gives you everything you ever wanted.
Exactly. Instant gratification. So,
Yeah.
why fight? Why struggle? Why evolve if you're already happy, comfortable, safe?
Your will to power just evaporates. The very engine of spiral power shuts down. You're neutralized without a fight.
It shows how ultimate comfort could be the ultimate prison, the most dangerous trap for the spirit.
Man. Okay, so let's explicitly connect this back to the philosophy. Nietzsche's will to power is clearly the engine driving all this.
Without a doubt. That fundamental life drive to grow, expand, overcome limitations. Spiral power is that, made into energy.
And the characters really line up with his ideas, don't they? Like Kamina.
Kamina is basically the Übermensch, the overman. Maybe a simplified version, but yeah.
The guy who creates new values, rejects the underground village logic, makes his own rules, kick logic to the curb and do the impossible. That's his whole thing.
He has to be that catalyst. His belief doesn't just power him up, it ignites everyone around him. Especially Simon. He literally drills Simon out of the ground and points him upward.
But here's the thing, though. If Kamina's the overman, why does he die? Doesn't that undercut it?
That's a great point, I think. His death is narratively crucial. For Simon's journey, true self-overcoming means you can't stay dependent on the catalyst. Kamina embodies the spirit, but Simon has to live the process of becoming. Kamina's death forces that.
Right. Simon has to internalize it, not just follow it. Makes sense.
Exactly. And on the flip side, the anti-spirals are Nietzsche's last man.
The ones who trade greatness for comfort.
Precisely. They saw the danger in striving, the risk in that will to power, and they just opted out. Chose safety, predictability, collective stagnation over individual struggle. And that multiverse labyrinth, that's the last man's paradise. Safe, static, ambition killing.
But it's not just Nietzsche, is it? There's a heavy dose of existentialism, too. The whole existence precedes essence idea.
Absolutely. You aren't born as something, you become something through your choices, your actions, your suffering. Simon's journey is pure existentialism.
From the scared digger defined by fear and Kamina,
to the savior of the universe, defined by his own will, forged in loss. And you see it perfectly in how the show's main mantra changes.
Oh yeah, that's powerful. It starts with Kamina saying, don't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you. Pure external validation.
But where does Simon end up? After everything, it's believe in the you that believes in yourself. Fully internalized.
Right.
Self-created essence. That's existential authenticity right there.
It's brilliant how it's not just talk either. The philosophy is baked into the show's structure, the visuals, everything.
Totally. The whole plot is a spiral. Starts underground in Giha village, which is basically Plato's cave, right?
Yeah, people living in darkness thinking the tyrant's ceiling is the sky.
And then they break out and the scale just keeps expanding. Village fight, then surface war, then continents, then the solar system, then the whole universe and beyond.
Every win just reveals a bigger battlefield.
It mirrors that constant self-overcoming. The universe itself won't let them rest. There's always a higher ceiling to break through.
That actually explains the time skip, doesn't it? That 7-year gap where things get kind of boring. Bureaucracy and politics.
Yes, it often throws people, but it's thematically vital. It asks, what happens to fighting spirit when the enemy isn't a monster, but paperwork? Complexity, public opinion.
Can the will to power handle peace? Can it build something, not just break things?
Exactly. If your philosophy only works in a crisis, it's maybe not that strong. They had to evolve their spirit from pure fighting into governing into sustaining. That proves the concept is robust.
And the look of the show. The animation itself feels like spiral power. That wild, kinetic, perspective-bending style.
The Canada school, right?
Right. That high-energy Sakuga. It is the power made visible. When Simon yells and the animation goes completely off the rails with energy and impossible movement, that's literally the fighting spirit bending reality on screen. The animators are showing you the philosophy in action.
Belief becoming real through sheer artistic will.
You got it.
And the music, don't forget the music, Liber Me from Hell. That track is basically the core theme condensed into sound.
Oh, absolutely. It's a sonic helix. It takes two totally different things.
Yeah.
Classical opera.
Yeah, the Latin Requiem parts, sounds like despair, the weight of the past, Deliver Me from Hell.
And crashes it right into modern hip hop. The rap verses, pure defiance. Row, row, fight the power. It's the future of pushing back. Hope versus despair, woven together, twisting into something new.
The music does what spiral power is. It's a perfect fusion of the message and the medium.
Okay, so wrapping this up. Spiral power is this blend of Nietzschean will, existential self-creation. Simon achieves god-like levels of it. He wins. What's the final takeaway? What does he do?
And this, I think, is the most important part, the ultimate statement of the series. After beating the anti-spiral, Simon has absolute power, reality-bending power. He could bring Naya back from the dead.
But he doesn't. He lets her go. Why? That feels harsh, almost.
It feels harsh, but it's the final, necessary act of self-overcoming. Think about it. Bringing her back. That's imposing his will, his grief onto the natural order.
Yeah.
Stopping the cycle for his own comfort.
Yeah.
It's kind of what the anti-spirals did in a way, just on a personal scale.
Whoa. Okay. Using God power just for yourself.
Right. He realizes that path makes him the obstacle, the one getting in the way of the next generation, so he chooses responsibility instead.
He gives the core drill away. Becomes a simple digger again.
He paves the way, clears the path, but refuses to dictate the future that travels on it. The ultimate lesson isn't just unlimited power is awesome. It's that courage needs wisdom, knowing when to drill and maybe more importantly, when to put the drill down.
So the final thought for you listening, if you had that kind of power, the power to truly shape things according to your will, what limits, if any, should you place on yourself? How do you know when you're carving a path for others versus just getting in their way?